It's week 4 of the NFL. And up next are the Texans' star running back. He came through in last week's game with 111 rushing yards. It's the Texans and the Jaguars on Thursday night.
Looks like it's going to be a pretty soggy night here at TIAA Bank Field. Rain showers, maybe an occasional cloud. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Going to the air right away, Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week. 22 carries, 75 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. It's caught. Smith. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Lawrence going to throw again. Throw left side complete to Troutman. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to make it 4th down. Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles, 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence, show some aggressiveness, go pick it up.
A Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's 2nd and 8. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the
against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. On the return, here's Agnew. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now Lawrence on first down. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. On first down, Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
But to throw again is Lawrence. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Lawrence to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and the Texans are going to get the football back at their own 17.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you, and in this case, they end up with nothing.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best and don't worry about the rest of it.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. This will be complete to Mechie. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. The Texans at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
First and 10, it's Pierce. Up past the 30, 2nd down coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it. But he is able to keep the feet in bounds. On 4th down, Matt Ariza is sent on to punt. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Lawrence from his end zone. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Now Lawrence down around his goal line. Complete. Smith has it. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, got the safe completion on 3rd. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Houston's offense taking over again. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. To Pierce, they set up the screen. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive begins with a 1st down. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw complete there to Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 40-yard line. Lawrence on 3rd down. And able to find Kirk complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with the bigger guy to try and use size? Try to go with the quicker guy and sometimes even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Now Lawrence to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Handoff running left is Etienne. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
This ball caught by Mechie. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Fair to say it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They'll look to throw again. And this one is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguar offense going back to work. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10. After the missed kick, they're in really good position. They'll begin this drive at the 39 now. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. That's complete to Troutman, right side. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Throwing again on second down. Lawrence to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Lawrence will throw. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offensive coordinator and saying, part of this game, we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On second down, here's Pierce. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. The Texans on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. Here's Matt Araiza now. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. Last week, they got the victory against the San Francisco 49ers. They've got the lead in this one as well right now. Now Lawrence on first down, and he gets this one to Ridley complete. They go play action now. Lawrence on the move to his left, and this one too low. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Now Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
For the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 30-yard line. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 18. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Again, it's Lawrence. And that's incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars go up by 2 touchdowns. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. On first down, Lawrence. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And the Jags are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Here's Lawrence to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation.
That's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks. And you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Patterson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now they got to get to the line quickly. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And the Jags, Charles, I think they're in the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
Back to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, Charles, thanks very much. Welcome in, everybody, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's take a look at what we've got on tap as we wrap up the 1st quarter of the NFL season. In the early games, a lot of good matchups, one being in Indianapolis. a tough one for the Colts, as they'll have to do battle with the Tennessee Titans. More good stuff later in the afternoon, one being down in the desert, where it'll be the Cardinals at home in Glendale, taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. And then finally a good one on Sunday night between the Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first two quarters. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Fields this way up at the 17. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. So here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Now a hit and a loose football. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He gets this one to Mechie. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Pierce now up the middle. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a first and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He'll look to throw. Right side, complete to Mechie. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's second and goal. Drake is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the exclamation mark at the end was Kenyon Drake's touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now ETN to start the drive. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Lawrence looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Lawrence to throw. Toward the sideline, he will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. ETN up the middle, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 1.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
They'll look to throw again. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. 2nd and 1. It's caught left side by Cooks. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now 1st and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
They'll run here with Pierce. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Once more, it's Pierce. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw him there.
Jacksonville set to go again offensively. We got a brand-new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Lawrence's throw taken in by Ridley here. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Smith catches left side. And he goes out right around the 39. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Now Lawrence on 1st down. That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. Lawrence going to throw again. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Here's Lawrence. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And they'll be set up with great field position as this is going to be touchdown right at the 40-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. Crossing route complete. Catch made by Cooks. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Looking to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Here's Pierce. Bowling his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. On 1st down, Lawrence. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now Lawrence. Screenplay. Here's Etienne. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Lawrence to throw. Toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Running out of the gun with Etienne. He'll get this up to about the 44. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll go again with Etienne. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Lawrence. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Texans to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And just a 30-yard punt that time. And they will take over 1st and 10. Christian Kirk and company heading back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. He'll get that underneath Etienne. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
All defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Lawrence. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And able to find Kirk complete. And he is going to have the Jaguars first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. To throw again is Lawrence. It's caught. Smith. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Lawrence to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Back to the ground with Etienne. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Etienne is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Williams trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
That was a huge play on 3rd down, so now what? Do you go for it? Do you trust your offense? Or do you want to put on your defense to try and get the ball back? Me? I'm going for it right here.
Going for it, here's Etienne. And he'll take this into the end zone. A touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne His third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for two, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And Pierce gets it again on second down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. And this one into the hands of Mechie. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. 2nd and 1. That's complete to Pierce. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. And he fires one, but incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. He'll drop that underneath to ETN. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Throwing now, Lawrence. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. Charles, you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They lost that lead, but ultimately right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to win this thing.
And you know each guy's telling his teammate, just let it go. Don't worry about it. We're starting fresh right here. What happened before does not matter. What happens right now and going forward, that's what matters. Let's find a way to win this game.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw taken in by Wrigley here. 3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete. Just looking down at this with a naked eye, it looks like they have about 1.5 yards. Any chance they go for it here?
There's a chance, but I have to say, punt the ball here. Get rid of this thing and try and help your defense a little bit. I know there's that temptation, and I know people have it on their play sheet. I have that one play that'll get me what I need, but if you don't get it, you pretty much handed the game to the other team.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll set up to throw. Rolling to his right. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 13-yard line. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That's underneath to Pierce. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime.